Welcome to section 3.1. This is the 22nd session of the CISSP exam prep series. In this session, we'll cover the foundations of business continuity. We'll answer several questions. What is business continuity planning? And what is it really trying to protect? How does it differ from disaster recovery planning? What are the four elements that make up the whole process? And when disaster hits, what comes before everything else? Why does this matter beyond the exam? Because disruption is not a question of if, but when. Picture a regional grocery chain when a storm knocks out its distribution hub. If leaders planned ahead, trucks reroute, stores stay stocked, and customers barely notice. If they did not, shelves empty and the brand takes a hit that lingers for months. As a security professional, you are often the one who builds that safety net before anyone knows they need it. So what is business continuity planning, and what is it protecting? At its core, it is the work of studying the risks to your business processes and then writing the policies, plans, and procedures that soften the blow when something goes wrong. The aim is to keep the organization running through an emergency. You may operate on reduced staff, limited infrastructure, or a fraction of your usual resources. That is fine. As long as your mission-critical work keeps moving, the plan is doing its job. Think of it like a body shifting blood to protect the heart and brain during a shock. Non-essential functions can wait. The vital ones must not stop. How is business continuity planning different from disaster recovery planning? This trips up a lot of candidates, so let's make it clean. Both prepare you for a disaster, and in real life their edges blur. The difference is one of perspective. Business continuity is strategic and high level, centered on business processes and keeping operations alive. Disaster recovery is tactical and technical, focused on the nuts and bolts of getting systems back, things like recovery sites, backups, and fault tolerance. Picture a ship in a storm. Business continuity is the captain deciding how to keep the voyage on course. Disaster recovery is the engine crew below deck, repairing what the storm damaged. What are the four elements of the business continuity process? The whole effort breaks into four phases that build on each other. First is project scope and planning, where you define what the effort covers and who runs it. Second is business impact analysis, where you figure out which functions matter most and what threatens them. Third is continuity planning, where you design the actual strategies to keep those functions alive. Fourth is plan approval and implementation, where leadership signs off and the plan goes into action. Think of it like building a bridge. You survey the site, study the loads it must carry, design the structure, then get it approved and construct it. Skip a phase and the whole thing wobbles. When a real disaster strikes, what comes before everything else? People. Always people. Before you think about servers, data, or restoring a single system, your first duty is to get human beings out of harm's way. The most valuable asset in any organization is not in a data center. It walks in the door every morning. So a well-built plan puts life safety at the very top, ahead of every technical concern. Recovery of systems can wait a few minutes. Someone's safety cannot. So let's bring it together. Business continuity planning keeps the organization running through an emergency by protecting mission-critical work. It takes a strategic, high-level view, while disaster recovery handles the tactical, technical rebuild. The process moves through four phases: project scope and planning, business impact analysis, continuity planning, and plan approval and implementation. And through all of it, people come first. Get these foundations right, and the rest of this chapter will build cleanly on top. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on RooCloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.